Hello there. Chances are, if you're seeing this, you've already seen the video on Instagram. But I decided this is an awesome car. This just deserves a full review. So here is me exploring this car in depth. Now let's start off with getting in. You've got these little nameplates that light right up when you walk in. It looks a lot better at night, trust me. All right. As soon as you get in, you're immediately greeted by a ton, and I mean a ton of just about everything. So let's start off with the door. You've got a lovely little lock button. This is how you control your seats, unlike most other cars where they're on here, here, down here. You've got them on the door. So this controls the actual seat. So getting a little tight there. This controls the back of the seat, and this lowers and raises your headrest. Now, this is the optional Burmester sound system, and I'm not sure the price of that on this generation of S-Class, but on the current generation, that is a $6,300 option. But right here, you've got your mirror control, so nice and folded in for parking. You've got and that's the nice thing about all of these, is that they do it on their own. You just have to full press. So like full press. Amazing. And then right here, you might be wondering, what are those? They are the privacy screen retractors. Voila. This makes it so that way you cannot roll up, down the windows, roll up, down the privacy screens and retractors. This is just the door lock and unlock. This is where your door handle is. This is the trunk popper right here. Right here, you've got your parking brake. This is your lights and whatnot. This, not entirely sure. That is your rear privacy screen, if I remember right. There's so many buttons that the majority of them, I don't even know what they do. Now, for all the climate vents in the front, you have a little dial near them that can adjust the fan speed. I don't have the climate on right now. And they go out and right back in. So that way, the whole dash looks nice and clean and uncluttered, like an S-Class should. Now, moving on to the steering wheel, I don't have a lot of idea of what any of this does. You got the horn right here. It's not a loud one, but here it is. This button, I'm not sure what this does. This is like a touchpad to control this center screen right here. This is your speed limiter, so that way if you go like, let's say you start going 80 miles per hour, then it'll just go boom, boom, boom. It to remind you, hey, you're going fast. This is for controls of your infotainment screen. This right here is like the little scroll pad, so it's very good, very responsive. Home, back button. Let's go home. Swipe, swipe, swipe. This is your volume control. Pick up the phone. Lay down the phone. That's hanging up, not laying down the phone. This stuff, and mute, of course. Your wiper blades and all that are right over here. You've got paddle shifters, which is really fun for how sporty this car is. And I feel like now's a great time to mention, because of the paddle shifters, that this is a 8-speed automatic, if I remember right. You've got your gear selector right here. To park, you just press that in right there. A very lovely engine start button right here. So put our foot on the brake. I want to take a moment to realize how quiet a 4-liter, 463 horsepower, twin turbocharged V8 is. Obviously, this is the idle, but just listen. It's pretty quiet. It's nice and serene, really. Continuing into the center console, we've got more air vents, yet again, button. A very nice little clock. I love it. I love this little detail. You've got all your climate controls and whatnot, and, oh, right, hidden cup holders, and a cigarette lighter charger, and, oh, where you should put your key. And then, there we go. Cover all that nasty plastic up with some nice burl wood trim. And then in the middle here, you got all sorts of parking stuff. You got seat stuff. This is the stuff for seat massaging. Well, navigation, obviously. And then you go right here, brings up the radio. And, well, there's nothing interesting on right now, obviously. You got your hazards, of course, not going to press those. Media, that'll bring up, like, if you have your phone connected or whatnot. And to do that, you go like this. Plug in your phone here. And boom. This one is bringing up telephones for if you're making a call or something like that. This button right here brings up the dynamics of the car or something like that. This is where you can figure out seat massaging, climate control, energizing comfort. That is, here, let's just get into that. You've got many different choices right here, and it's a combination of ambiance, lights, air, and seat massaging that just puts you in the mood, I guess. Now, this one is very fun. So this car has multiple drive modes. It has eco, comfort, and sport, and manual. Manual is for when you want to be using these all the time. Sport, nice and responsive. Comfort, nice and quiet and serene and luxurious. And you can do that for suspension, steering, and the ESP system. Now, engine data allows you to, well, so let's say we're cruising, right? We're cruising, put on the throttle. That shows us how much horsepower we're using, how much pound-feet of torque we're producing, the oil level, the battery voltage, and all that. Now, if we go back, we get vehicle data. Shows us our steering angle, our ride height, the amount of the throttle we're using, the amount of brake we're using. All right. Assistance. Many things you can change from here, all to just make parking, driving the car, and so much other things easier. Consumption just shows you your gas mileage over the last while. And the gas mileage on this is surprisingly good. Like I heard V8 S-Class luxury car, and I was like, shoot, this thing's gonna get like 18 miles to the gallon at the best. It gets pretty good gas mileage. Here's the actual gas mileage. Now, if we go to light settings, that can change the outside lights, but most importantly, can change the ambient lights that run about the cabin. Oh, sort of on in the back. You can barely see them. They're pulsing. You've got multicolor, brightness zones. There's so much you can change on here. You can change the colors. So here, I'll go over here while I cycle through. Ocean blue, purple sky, red moon, fire red, dawn blue, sun yellow, and jungle green. Now I realize that some of those colors didn't show up too well back there, so I'm gonna try the back. Sun yellow, dawn blue, fire red, red moon, purple sky, and ocean blue. You can also change how much of it is in the front, how much of it is in the rear, and how much of it is on the display. There is little bits of lighting right behind this display right here. Now, if we go into vehicle settings here, standby mode, belt adjustment, the belts, the seat belts. I noticed this when I was getting in. It was really weird. You put on your seatbelt, right? It self-tightens. So there's no slack at all. It's super cool system. Automatic mirror folding, so that way you turn off the car, the mirrors automatically fold in. Automatic door lock, of course. Trunk lid restriction, not sure what that does. Easy entry and exit, I was talking about that earlier.
Not finished yet. There's more. Let me show you this.
Operator's manual. I'm not going to show you that. So here's the home screen. You got navigation, radio, media, phone, connect. That is a service you pay for. We do not have that. And system. This is a fun part. So display and designs, you can choose between the designs of the entire dash. So let's go with sport mode. Makes it look like a Ferrari or something like that. Come on. And for every single one of these, sport, classic, and progressive, the vehicle data dials also do that. Here, I'm going to show you. Here's how it looks like in sport. Here's how it looks like in classic. And here's what it looks like in progressive. But now seems like a great time to talk about the dashboard real quickly. So most of the time, you've got your speedometer, your tachometer. But now you've got the speedometer right here and your tachometer right here. But you've got your gas right here. You've got your G-force meter, which is actually really, really cool in my opinion. And you've got your miles you've traveled since and the miles on the car. This is a rental car, by the way. Back to this area. So input just controls the touchpad and everything like that. And that is how I've been doing all this. There's a touchpad, but there's also a little wheel. Audio, navigation and traffic announcements, voice amplification to the rear. You can be speaking here and then it'll amplify it to the back in case your little kids aren't listening back there, or if you want to whisper something to one of them without having to go. Connectivity, just Wi-Fi and crap like that. Bluetooth devices, that's self-explanatory. Command is the Mercedes system. Again, not going to show you that because we don't have it. Just realized there's a lot more. So date and time you can set on the here and on the tiny clock. Language, of course, you can set units, kilometers, miles. What the fuck is a kilometer? Personalization. Let's see what that is. Oh, I'm not going to deep dive into that. Software update, system backup, pin protection, system info, reset. You got all the bells and whistles in this thing. I mean, you pay $100,000 for a car, you expect all the bells and whistles, right? So now that we're out of here, just a moment, here, there we go. Now, let's try out one of those massages. This is probably gonna end up looking real goofy right here. It's nice and cold though. It's nice and cold. Is there any massage happening? Not feeling anything. I forgot to mention, that also brings like an air freshener into the car. It brings like a scent to it to, once again, put you in a good mood. Now let's try out some of the massages, see if that's actually comfortable. Forgot to mention, you can work on the driver's seat or the passenger seat. And from here, you can choose massages, dynamic seat, which is the bolsters hugging you. So let's say you're turning hard this way. The bolster's gonna actively move in to keep you cushioned and upright. It's amazing. Lumbar, let's adjust that because this is a little weird on this one. Shoulders, you can adjust the area around the shoulders along with the side bolsters and along with the seat heating balance, and you can just fully reset the seat. Yes. Let's make sure the dynamic seat is on level 2. But let's go for a massage right now. Let's do high intensity. Hot, relaxing back, I guess. And now it's time for the rest of the center console. Back down to here. You've got volume, you got parking sensors, you got... Oh, it brings the headrest down so that way you can see better. That's so cool. That's super cool. Oh, right here, the center console. You can open it from this side. Opens up very nicely, very softly. And you've got plugins right here, an SD card for some reason. That reason is to play music and put documents on here. You've got a wireless charger right here, which is really nice, and plenty of room. Plenty of room. Now let's get out of here. Oh. I'm not like getting out. Let's get out of here and go to the other side. Let's go to the passenger side. Once again, very nice low door sill. Ugh. I just want to make one thing clear. This is a massively greatly spacious car. I am a 6'1" dude, and I feel so comfortable in here. Like, I can stretch out. Like, granted, I don't even have the seat all the way back. Hold on. I can't even touch it. That's how big this thing is. You've got a little pouch right here. You got your glove box. Not opening that. You can also open the center console from your side as well. Come on, open. So awesome, really. The ambient lighting continues throughout the entirety of your side as well. And you've got the Burmester sound system. I don't know if I said this already, but that is a like $6,000 option. I know I didn't talk about these already. You've got not one, not two, but 3 memory settings for your seat settings. You've got heated and ventilated seats, which is awesome. Wait, hold on. Is it? Not sure what that one means. The one with the R. Driver's side has something special, apparently. What else do we got here? We have noticeably less clutter, but that's because we can only do our window instead of other people's windows, along with the privacy screens. And well, yeah, that's the passenger seat. Let's move up to here. You've got regular old sunshade, just hello. But the cool thing is you can take it out like most other sunshades, adjust it like most other sunshades, but also this. How cool is that? And then it just goes back so easily. Slide that back in. Nicely clicks back in. The entirety of the headliner is suede. You've got a moonroof on your front. So just, oh, wrong way. And it also pops up a little too. Just a little bit. And then, come on. These, I'm not all too sure what they do. You've got, of course, your sunglasses holder. You've got, are those just like legit crystals right here? That's kind of cool. Reading light. Going from the bottom of the mirror for some reason. Is there other stuff down there? Oh, maybe those are garage door openers or something. Reading light on your side too. Again, not all sure what these do. Oh, it's a little light. Okay, that's the prettiest light I've ever seen. These are for the command thing. Again, do not have. Your grab handles are leather. I just want to comment on the sunshades, the grab handles, all just go flush with the headliner. It looks beautiful. This one has been optioned with the smoker's package. Not that I would know how any of that works. Now let's get out of here. Don't turn off. And let's head to the back seats now. Oh, it locks like that. That's cool. That's super cool, actually. All right, let's get in the back seat. The back seats are identical, so I'm not going to just review this side and then review that side. They're identical. So, I'm going to step up. I'm going to get on this side. Okay. So, that is like a normal driving position right here. I'm 6'1", and I have plenty of legroom here. Plenty. Like, I could do an Irish jig right here. I have so much legroom. And then it's got a little pocket right here, little vents right here with the little dial that goes in to make it nice and flush. You got a little cubby right here. It comes out so slowly. Little charger part right here. And then wood. And you do not lose any bit of luxury. You lose the massaging seats. However, you do not lose any bit of luxury coming back here. You've still got wood, and wood everywhere. And it's not that I don't like it. This is basically how I would spec an S-Class if I was to buy one. But, yeah. Me from like a year down the road chiming in, that video's old. I would have spec'd it with the executive rear seat package, so that way it has 2 rear seats instead of the tiny little itty-bitty middle one, because who in an S-Class wants that? On this side, you do not have the heated and ventilated seats. That is another luxury you lose. Not that big of a problem, really. But you've still got 1, 2, 3 memory settings. The Burmester sound system continues right back here. And just take a moment to admire how elegant these speakers are. You've got another climate vent right here. So you get like surround climate, like surround sound, but climate. One of the absolute... Oh, it turned off again. Dang it. Anyways, one of the coolest things about the back of this. All right. Just look at this window for a moment. Oh, what's this? Probably shouldn't pull on that. Oh. Privacy screen, baby. Covers up all this. And the little tiny window right here. And watch. Oh, it usually rolls up the one on that side too. Goes down, right? That folds on top of it. Makes it all nice and smooth. Jeez, these doors are like... God, that's nice. You can also roll up all of them at once. And if you've noticed, hey, dang, it's pretty dark back here. That's because there's a back one too that I've got rolled up That's you just go. Again, covers up nicely. Oh, no, it just goes flush. But, yeah, let's just leave it though. No. What else do we have back here? Oh, right. We have, so you know in the front, you got the sunshades with the little mirrors. You've got your own tiny little vanity mirror. Covered in suede, mind you. So that way, you can look at yourself and see how rich you are. I did not steal that from Doug DeMuro. I'm borrowing it. Coming over to the leather-coated grab handles on both sides, you've got a little reading light. Oh, it powers up that one too. Come on, turn off. A little light from there. And you've got your vents and scent diffusers, which are also those little tiny dots right there. Those diffuse the scents. And for when you need to hang up your suit, because you're driving or sitting in a Mercedes S-Class, you better be wearing a suit. I'm an exception. The seats don't move quite as much because if you see over there, there's another little thing for the actual seat top. However, you still get very maneuverable seats here, which is extremely nice. Now, one weird thing is this is actually 1, 2, 3 seats. I thought this was a 4-seater, but no, I got that mixed up with the Maybach. The Maybach has no center seat because it's got like a cooler, a center console. You pay $300,000 for it, so it's a fancy car. But this has easily got to be the most uncomfortable looking center seat I've ever seen. Look how small that is. But nobody's ever going to be sitting there, probably, because you're going to be sitting here being chauffeured, and you want to rest your arms, so you pull this down. Nice and softly, of course. You lay it down. You extend your arm, and of course, you have a monster sitting in your cup holder here, and just, it's very nice and comfortable. Now, right here, you got a little bit of center console storage. Nothing too interesting, really. Just lay that down. Got some more storage right here. Actually pretty decent. You could probably fit, honestly, you could probably fit a cooler in there if you wanted to. Close that right back up. Close this right back up. Now I have time to switch to the other seat for the moment. Oh, it's the buckle. However, you may be sitting in itty bitty baby seat right here. I'm pretty sure it's actually made for a child seat, because if you can see, that is the child carrier anchor thing. But you don't lose too much luxury. You still got a power headrest. Fancy. And the controls that I showed on the other side over there, everything, and I mean everything. It's not like the front driver's side versus the front passenger side where it's like there's a few differences. No, they're the same. Copy and paste. The same. Just mirrored. That is that everything? I mean, ambient light continues around the whole car, which is freaking awesome. Well, I guess that's everything for the interior. You know what that means? Exterior. So let's take down all the privacy shades and everything. There we go. Now, getting out of our Mercedes-Benz. Let's take a look at the trunk. Now, there's a few ways that you can pop the trunk here. Just the handle. Very nice trunk space. In the driver's door, there's also this to pop the trunk. And there is also the one on the key fob. Now, coming around to the trunk, it's not exceptionally big. It's decent sized. You've got a little cubby right here It folds out. Very interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. That's cool. That's where you'd keep extra luggage or like a spare tire or something. You got a little cargo net right here, cargo net right there, and you can lock the car and close the trunk. And it's a soft close trunk. As for the gas cap, my Jeep, for instance, you can just press on one side and it opens. It's an old car. The Honda I used to drive, there was a little thing in the driver's side footwell. You pulled that. This one doesn't have a button on the interior. What you do is just this. Super cool, right? This one's got the AMG line design rims, and that's a pretty big car. Now, if we want to get more into detail here, the video, like, camera's doing it no justice at all, but these lights are just beautiful. Little Mercedes-Benz lettered in there. These lights are just gorgeous, really. Coming up front, you get the same gorgeous design within your headlights. The grille is very large and stately. You got like your sensor arrays right there. You got lots of the different stuff. You got little sensors and everything everywhere. And like a true Mercedes-Benz, you're not stealing that logo. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Ben, where's this 4-liter, 463 horsepower twin turbo V8 that you've been talking about? Where is it? Show me, show me. Fine. Jeez. You come down here, past the parking brake. It's nicely hidden too. You heard that little pop right there. Nice solid close. Come down here. There's a little latch right over here. Pull it, push it, pull. It's got struts to hold it open. There you go. There it is. And here's the performance figures and the engine itself. Unfortunately, it's not like a car like mine, like Jimmy over there, where you can see all the inner workings, because it's got this plastic cover over almost anything. Heck, can we even see the turbos in there? Can we? No turbos for us, I guess. Still a pretty freaking big engine. Now, Mercedes-Benz only approves Mobile 1. Remember that. If you're an S-Class owner. Remember that. All right, now, nothing fancy to close it, just like every other car. Let's hear this baby start up. I just want to point out very quickly, this is not a performance car. However, it has a 4.2 second 0 to 60 and 100 miles per hour is an absolute cakewalk for this thing. So it's not going to have a performance exhaust, and it's not going to sound like a Brabus or an AMG. This is not an AMG S-Class. This is not a S63. However, let's hear this thing start up. Here's a few revs for you. So, I probably missed a few things because I don't know cars fully fledged yet, but I think that concludes my tour of this Mercedes-Benz 2018 S560 4MATIC, powered by a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 making 463 horsepower. Fun fact, that is shared with the Aston Martin currently, and it has appeared in the Aston Martin Vantage recently. And with that, I think just about does it for my review of the Mercedes-Benz S560 4MATIC from 2018. Thank you very much. I'm gonna do my next review on Jimmy.